this blick and go. Only tap this bitch one time, feel.
Bumper. I'm from Porterville, California. I'm a skinhead. I just got done doing a 15-year bid in the feds. I've been out for about 8 months now. I was down in Coleman 1 USP, and that was a crazy ass prison when I was down there. As far as like they locked us down a lot. That was like when I first started noticing in the feds, they started locking down for just petty ass shit. So you know, there would be like fist fights and shit, and they'd be starting to lock down, which was crazy for USPs because they usually don't do that. Things that was fucked up while we were there was that they had this unit on the yard. It's called the RU program, and anybody who's been to the feds and haven't been to the yard with the RU program on there, what it is it's a unit, and they're separate from the yard. It's basically a bunch of PCs that they're allowing to program and try to, like, it's like this program for them. So in the morning after fucking work call, these dudes are out on the yard for an hour. When we get locked down, they got these dudes in the kitchen making our food, dude. So like all the white dudes, we wouldn't take the trays. So like when we go on lockdown, bro, if you don't got nothing in your house, you're gonna be hurting, dude. Like, we're like on a hunger strike because we're not trying to eat. These are dudes that have gotten smashed off the line. These dudes are pedophiles, sex offenders, you know. As soon as they fools are back in the unit, the deuces go off. And so the cops start running over there, and we're like, what the fuck happened over there, right? Well, then you see this Latin King dude come out, and then there's a black dude from Carolina. He stabbed this dude. Dude comes out of the unit, and then immediately, dude, like, just collapses out there. The Latin King dude's just all hyped up, just bouncing across the yard in his handcuffs and shit, talking shit. Then they had to put that dude in a fucking wheelchair, and they were just like, I guess they didn't have no gurneys because this riot had just happened. So they had to put this dude in a wheelchair, and it was like running him off the yard to get him to the hospital and shit.
So there is Latin Kings in the feds then, huh?
Oh, definitely, yeah. There's
because they're big as fuck in Florida, man. They're deep.
So like any gang that you can think of, bro, they're in the feds.
Okay, the Bloods and the Kings both fall under the 5, and then you have like the GDs and the Crips, they fall under the 6. So if you have all like these little gangs within those other branched off gang sets, when they go to the feds, all the 6s hang out, all the 5s go with the 5, like
that, yeah.
Okay, all right.
So but I mean, each one of them, like the Kings are the Kings, you know, but they all kind of like associate with each other. You got your West Coast Bloods and you got East Coast Bloods, and they're like kind of like on different time. They're just different, you know what I mean? Like it's just a different style, different
culture.
Swagger, yeah. You know, the West Coast dudes are different than the East Coast dudes.
So then, if you're a skinhead and Mike's a sack, and if it pops off and Mike's into some shit, I mean, I know that's your boy and you'd want to ride regardless, but would politics allow that? And if you don't, could you then be looked at like, why didn't you go for him?
If it's a racial issue and something pops off, automatically I'm going, right? But if it's a white gang issue, like say Mike has a problem with these AC dudes, well, obviously I'm not gonna let these dudes jump on my boy. I'm gonna jump in, but I'm gonna have to fucking probably answer some questions to my dudes like, hey man, why did you do that? Because I can get all of our guys into shit with these dudes for helping Mike, and they're like, hey, why did you help that dude? Whatever. I'm like, I know that's your buddy and shit. Like anybody that's that's your homeboy and that's your celly, bro, they're gonna like understand like why you're gonna help that dude.
All right.
What was the first prison that you went to?
USP Atlanta.
USP Atlanta.
In 2005.
And that back then, that's when it was real, man. Things were jumping in Atlanta back then.
Before they even let you on the yard, man, you know, usually in the pen, especially if you're an active gang member, they're gonna let your people know, hey, you got one in the hole or you got one in R&D is about to come out. 9 times out of 10, they already know. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody knows name and numbers come through laundry. SIS told me, hey, you got some guys that are gonna be waiting for you when you come out this door. So I was like, all right. I already knew my boys were gonna be waiting on me. And when I got there, you had us when it comes to the Latino groups, you had us, the Serenos, you had some Aztecas.
You guys end up in a riot over there with the Paisas, don't you?
Yeah, so what ended up happening is one of my brothers got into it with a paisa. You know, there was already some rough static between us. One of my boys got into it with one of the paisas over the TV. You know that trick box? It's always gonna happen. So, you know, it's Sunday. We watching football. Sunday, you don't touch that TV. We watching football. We had a TV. My boy decides to get up during commercial break, during the Bears game, to go get a snack. When he comes back, Paisa changed the TV. Crazy thing is, they already have their own TV. My boy comes back, looks at the TV. Paisa says, I'm watching this. My boy says, no, you ain't. Don't touch this TV. Put it back on, sit down. Paisa got up, tried to touch it. My boy took off on him. Boom. Two Paisas jumped up. My boy's fighting. Before you knew it, we're down the hall. I had a cell in One Man Alley on the second floor. Remember I had the one-man cells?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was right past the cubby hole. They screamed my name. D, your boy's getting down. So I take off running. One of my boys in the cell with me. We talk. Next you know, we squabbling it out. But not just us. Then we had allies there too in the unit that rolled with us. They taking off on them. Before you know it, they screaming through the doors. Hey, they getting into it with the Paisas. Then my boys taking off on the yard. They shut it down. They put us in the hole. We come back out later. We're in the hole maybe, I want to say about a week. You know what I'm saying? And then they're just like, hey, politic this out. We'll let you guys back out. You know what I mean? So we're like, all right, whatever. We give them the okey-doke. We politic it out. We come back out. And about a few days later, they were just putting the press down the game again. They were on that BS, man. So we just say, you know what? Strap up, let's go. Went out on the yard, green coats, beanies, boots, took flight. Next you know, I got hit for assault and a shank. Slammed me in a hole. I was down in that hole in Lexington for 13 months, man. Wow. 13 months.
Texas Prison Story family, welcome to your new home. You just received 12 years federal sentence. You have to do at least 10 of those. And this is all you got to look forward to. You'll ride on that bus, pull up on this road right here, and I swear you'll be all eyes because you won't know where you're going. When you pull up to your new home for the first time, this is what you see. You'll see the building in the front. Looks like skyscrapers in the back. Doesn't look so bad when you first get there. Looks like a college campus or something. They line up with the shotguns, take you out. And you go right in there where your family does the visit. You walk through there, you don't spend nothing but about 30 seconds in there. They bring you through here, R&O. This place right here is when you realize it gets real serious. One of the first guys that interviews you, he asks you a lot of weird questions. Have you ever told on anybody in your entire life? Even in junior high? Have you ever sexually assaulted anybody in your entire life? Even in junior high? They don't care. Do you feel safe here? Do you feel like you can take care of yourself under any circumstances? Will you be calling for help? Just a bunch of silly shit like that that'll scare you at first if you're not ready. You just tell them, I'm ready for all that, man, let's go. When you and the rest of the guys off the bus finish it up, they're going to tell you which building you're going to. It's going to be 1, 2, or 3. And that's when you walk out and get the glimpse of just exactly how big this place is you're at.
Hey, Cortez.
When I got there, it was me and one other guy. Shout out to Dre Franklin from Louisiana, because that was my man. We didn't know where the hell we were going. To the left, you see 2 pieces of cheese wedges. In the middle, it's 2 pieces of cheese wedges. And to the right, it's 2 pieces of cheese wedges looking buildings. The first 2 sets are building 1. The second 2 sets are building 2. And the third set are building 3. The chow hall was over here. We would leave our building and take that left turn right there. And there were 2 entrances into the chow hall. You can see that clearly. The closest entrance to the building were for the blacks only. The second entrance were for the whites and the Mexicans. It never got mixed. It was always like that. The same way on the exits. The first one would be for the black people. The second would be the whites and the Mexicans. They would have 2 groups of guards standing outside of both doors searching people. You come out and you have to take a left to get back to your building. And of course, I was in 3 buildings, so I have to take the left, walk all the way back around the circle, literally pass up 1 building, pass up 2 building, and I'm back here at my place, 3 building. And we have to do this every chow, every time. Doesn't matter if it's rain, sleet, or snowing down here. You're gonna go outside and you're gonna get that chow, or you're gonna stay inside and eat your stuff.